can go to China, keep his wage. He can stay in Spain and keep his wage. Or he can take a pay cut, Brian, and go somewhere else. Almost everyone else we've had on this show says, take the pay cut. Is that the advice you're giving Gareth Bale?
I'm saying you need to play. Yeah, you got to have the desire to play.
That means a pay cut.
Well, it doesn't necessarily. Because what it means is if Real Madrid wants me gone that bad enough, they can pay me. And the problem, I have this in two different ways. And I said it last week or a week and a half ago on the show. I don't understand what Gareth Bale's doing now. 3 years ago we were talking about him as one of the best players in the world. Now we're talking about a player that is struggling to find a club. And the reason we're hearing this is because he wants more money, or he wants to keep the amount of money he's making right now.
He wants his contract to be honored.
So,
you can't say that like that's an outlandish.
No, but he's that's what he's said about doing, hasn't he? I know Zidane said he understands and is ready to go, but it doesn't seem like he's ready to go because he wants to get paid. And so it's an easier situation for me, I think, is for him to. And his agent, who, by the way, along with that quote, said he was sitting on the couch at the same time. So doesn't seem like there's a lot of connection going on back and forth with a resolution. But hopefully soon, and hopefully he's playing at a high level and has that desire to. Because it doesn't matter if he stays there or if he goes somewhere and takes a pay cut. If he doesn't have the desire to get back to the level where he was, then it's not going to be worthwhile for him. It's not going to be worthwhile for the club a different club to take him.
See, the thing for me
I just don't get it.
That I don't understand, and as much as you're saying, take a pay cut, yes. Listen, if Gareth Bale sits in Madrid for the next 3 years and picks up 45 million, right, we're speculating on exactly how much it is, but it's reported as 15 million a season. So he picks up 45 million over the next 3 seasons. Nobody's going to touch him. Nobody's going to touch him if he does not play any football in 3 years' time. Whereas, let's say he leaves now, and you spread that same 45 million over 5 years.
It's a pay cut.
But you're getting your money, you're getting your 45 million, albeit over 5 years.
But those other 2 years, you could be earning money, Shaka. That's a pay cut.
No, if you sit there for 3 years, you will not earn anything in 3 years. Nobody's going to touch you. Nobody's going to touch you. Whereas you play 5, so you might get another year on top if you do well. Even so, at 9 million a year, that's 180 a week. In today's football, you can probably get that. You might even get an additional 10 or 15 from Real Madrid just to leave. It starts to look a little bit rosier if you think about it as a net sum and spread it over a longer period of time.
Stewart, doesn't Bale deserve a little bit more? This is a guy who's won 4 European titles with Real Madrid, then being bullied into a pay cut by his manager in the club?
I wouldn't say he's been... Gareth Bale, there's another side to this. I think Gareth Bale could be frightened to move on. Frightened because he's lost a bit of pace, and his one attribute was his pace. And if he goes somewhere else, as we've seen from the Wales performances of late, he's not the same player. And he might be frightened that if he goes to a club in England, or he goes to a club in Spain, or goes to PSG, who we're talking about, he can't prove that he's that great player again. He can't put in the performances that he once did. So he's lost his confidence. He's frightened to go and play elsewhere. So he's happy then to stay at Real Madrid on the substitutes bench, or not even in the squad, and carry on getting his money, and he ends his career that way. That's why I don't think he's going to go at the moment, because he's frightened that he's not the same player and he could be exposed.